Hi everyone, I'm Michael Manrique and I'm one of the Habit Guys. We teach realtors prospecting habits so they can finally leave their frustrating 9-to-5 jobs. And welcome to the Realtor Habits Podcast, where agents don't need more stuff, they need better habits. Before we get into today's episode, I want to let you know this episode is brought to you by our free Top Producer Weekly Training Series. We all want to prospect consistently and be more organized, right? To do that, we need to think, do, and act like a top producer. Let us teach you every week for free how to get more listings, what to say over the phone to generate more sales, how to manage and expand your database, morning routines, productivity systems, and more. All you have to do is visit us at www.habitguys.com/training. Again, that's www.habitguys.com/training and learn all the skills top producers use in their day-to-day business. All right, let's get into today's episode. Today's episode is all about finding financial freedom as a realtor. What does it mean? How do you get it? What can you do about it? So I was reading the book Free to Focus by Michael Hyatt, and he defines freedom in 4 ways. First is focus. Second is presence. Third is margin. And fourth is free time. Focus implies your attention on tasks that you want to accomplish, right? So when you are free, you are essentially doing the things that you want to do. Presence is the ability to listen, to be in the moment when you are in certain aspects in your business, in your day, right? If you're at an open house and you have someone talking to you, you want to listen to them and not thinking about other things while someone is talking to you, right? So you want to be present. When you are present in the moment, that shows that you have the freedom to listen, to take in information, right? To be your best self. Third, margin. Margin is the understanding what you can say yes and no to. It's all about setting boundaries, right? The more you say yes to things, the more responsibility you take on. The more you say no to things, the more freedom you have. So it's all about understanding what to say yes to and what to say no to. And managing that allows you the freedom to live the life that you want, especially as a real estate agent. And fourth is free time, doing nothing. This is important because our body obviously needs time to rest, to recuperate. We do this obviously when we sleep, but it's also important to do while we're awake, just to let our mind just think nothing, right? Pretty much. And in doing nothing, it allows other things to take place, other thoughts to appear, other ideas to appear, which then benefit you in the long run. So this is how he defines freedom. And then at the end of the day, what we're trying to accomplish is we're trying to understand how to get our attention consistently on the things that we want to be doing. That is what freedom is really all about. And the way that you would figure out if you are living a financially freedom lifestyle as a real estate agent is by looking at the activities that you do and placing them in 4 zones. This is what Michael Hyatt calls the freedom compass, if you will. So the first zone is the drudgery zone. This is where you're neither passionate nor proficient at anything, right? These tasks are a grind, right? It could be like after you speak to someone on the phone or after you speak to someone in person and you need to now add them to your database. You don't want to do that because it's just tedious, right? It's monotonous. So these things take away, take sometimes too long, or at least we feel like they take too long. And they can lead to even distractions, right? Where we're frustrated, And it's just something that we don't want to do, right? We feel like it's a waste of our time. It's a waste of our life, of our ability to grow our business, right? So this is what he calls the drudgery zone. The next zone is the distraction zone. This is where this is something where you're passionate, but not proficient at. You're not really good at it, right? Tasks like these are the ones you should typically avoid, because what they do is, because you're not good at it, they suck most of your time away, right? This could be something of the effect of maybe graphic design or building your own website. How many realtors try to build their own website, right? But they don't know how to do that. They have no experience. They're not tech savvy. They've never done this before. And in doing so, they spend so much time and money trying to figure out how to build this website, which in the long run, they could just, delegate it out and not have to worry about it, right? The third zone is what Michael Hyatt calls the disinterest zone. This is where you might be really good at something, right? But you're just not passionate doing it, right? A commonality that I hear from a lot of realtors is their ability to want to learn something, take a course, read a book, watch a video, right? And in doing so, you might, that the sense of competence, the sense of learning might bring a certain level of satisfaction, but ultimately, you're not moving your business forward by just learning something new generally, right? So ultimately, Hyatt encourages readers or people that follow this philosophy to really limit this type of these type of tasks that fall in this zone. The fourth zone is the desire zone. This is where both you might have a passion towards something and you might be really good at it, right? When you work within this desire zone, what typically happens is you lose track of time, right? And where do most realtors fall into this zone is when they are connecting with people. That's why a lot of realtors get into the business in the first place, is because they realize, all I have to do is make friends, right? And all of a sudden, I'm going to have a lot of business. And to make friends, I have to talk, I have to chit chat, I have to have a good time, right? Talk about life and all this stuff. And over time, when they have real estate needs, they're going to think of me first, right? So ultimately, you need to spend more time in the desire zone as a real estate agent, when it comes to not only feeling good about yourself, but it also allows you to be more productive because you like what you're doing and it's the most effective means of growing your business. So what we need to do as real estate agents is focus our time, energy, and effort, and most of the tasks that we do, in the desire zone. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we figure out where our activities are in our day-to-day? Okay, so what we need to do is just get a piece of paper, and I want you to draw 4 boxes, right? And in any order, you could put the desire zone in one box, distraction zone in another box, drudgery zone in another box, and disinterest zone in another box. And then all I want you to do is I want you to look back at your day, look back at the tasks that you completed over the weeks and months, and add those specific activities to each zone within one of these boxes. And what's going to happen is, as you write them down, you're going to notice where most of your activities are taking place. And with this information, now you have a better idea as to what you need to focus on, what you need to spend more activities doing. If your desire zone isn't populated with different activities, events throughout your week, throughout your month, well, that should be a revelation of sorts, letting you know that you need to do more in that zone. You need to prospect more in a way where you feel good about what you're doing, but it is also effective in growing your business. And the best way to do that, the best way to do activities consistently, again and again, is by making it a habit. And that's what we focus on teaching you guys how to do. when you go to our weekly training series at www.habitguys.com/training. Again, there you're going to learn how to get more listings. You're going to learn what to say over the phone or in person, how to manage and expand your database, your CRMs, morning routines, productivity systems, and more. So if you haven't registered for our free webinar that's weekly, go ahead and check it out at habitguys.com/training. All right, guys, that wraps it up for me today. Like we always say, you're building habits right now, whether you like it or not. So wouldn't you rather be the architect of those habits rather than the victim of them? We think so. Let us help.